So we did some looking around. Hope did not want to hold that ball python. She thought I was gonna take her arm.
I just want this guy.
She just wants, what's it called?
Orchid Dotty back.
The orchid daddy bag?
Dotty back.
What do you guys think about setting up a saltwater aquarium for Hope? I don't
But
know.
look at him.
It's a nice fish.
And the one we saw was like pink, so.
I cannot disagree with that. Might have to do it.
Just imagine like a bright pink fish.
And then for me, obviously, like I didn't really find any fish that were that cool, but
every fish you looked at, you're like, ooh, look at these guys.
But that I would get. In fact, we were looking at the threadfin rainbows, and I'm thinking I might sell mine, make room for some ghost catfish. If you guys, well, I'll put up some videos right here. But as for reptiles, I'm thinking what we'll do now, I'll divide that 75, so we'll have partially aquarium, and we'll have partially for the reptile. And the reptile, I'm thinking, is that giant day gecko that we were looking at.
But so is your aquarium high enough though for him?
2 feet of height for like a 6-inch lizard is pretty good. We'll see where it goes. We'll see what happens. And now, as all things, must return to McDonald's. Hey guys, welcome back to the desk. It's been a long time since we were here last, but look at the background now. Look at that 75-gallon aquarium, all my Lego. It just looks so good. You guys aren't looking at my closet anymore. It's awesome. And of course, up here on our 10-gallon, which you guys can't really see, we've got a couple Lego decorations as well. If you guys have been following the channel for a little bit, you might recall me pointing this out a few weeks ago. And this was made by Hope and I. Hope is my girlfriend. She is awesome. I think it was the last video actually that we went out. No, it was this video. So Hope, who you know about through this video, we went out to see the reptiles. We went out to see the reptiles and the fish today, not today, but in this video at Big Al's. And we saw some really, really cool stuff. We saw some awesome fish there. She was gonna get that saltwater fish, that dotty back. But I think we're moving away from that a little bit. I think we're gonna do freshwater fish. I might get her set up with killifish. Let me know what you guys think would be a good option for a first timer with a 5-gallon. But the big point of going to Big Al's, other than spending some time with my girlfriend, is because we wanted to see the reptiles there. We wanted to see what would work in that big boy right there. Now, I don't know if I already said that I was doing this yet, but I'm basically making this a bedarium. I made up that word. It doesn't exist, but now it does, and I'm going to tell you what it means. A bedarium is both an aquarium and a terrarium. It is both. It is a bedarium. Bidarium. I don't know. However you want to say it. I'm working out the kinks, in my terminology. But basically what it's going to be is on that side, it's going to be for the reptile, and then on this side, maybe like a fourth, like a slice out of it, 20 gallons or something, it's going to be an aquarium. So I'm thinking in there, a few ideas got going on. I'm thinking guppies mainly for now and cherry shrimp, just to get the ball rolling with it. But as we go on, we can put some pretty epic fish in there. And then of course, reptile on the other side. Now what do we put on that other side? We were thinking for a little while, a ball python. Maybe not anymore, because I saw the size. I didn't take a picture. I should have taken a picture. But I saw the size of the sewer rats there, like the frozen rats. And man, I literally don't have enough room in my freezer, and I don't think that my family would let me put them in my freezer. And then you just have like that awful feeling where you've bought a rat, like this once living thing that you're buying to feed your now living thing, and the ball python flat out rejects it, and now you throw it out. Like, you guys know me, I love animals, and wasting life like that, it hurts, So I'm thinking now, I'd love to get something that's mostly vegetarian. I was thinking Uromastyx for a little bit, but a Uromastyx gets pretty big, and it needs to be pretty hot, although most of the reptiles do. But the problem with Uromastyx is really the size. The 75 with that split for the aquarium part, I don't think it would really work. So now I'm leaning towards a lot of kind of environmentally based animals. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I'm not making an enclosure for an animal. I'm making a habitat for the habitat. Everything's working together to make this environment, right? I thought like really basic at one point. I was thinking just like anoles, which nobody keeps because you can't really handle them, and they're kind of small and they're kind of cheap, and most reptile owners are in the hobby because they're willing to put some cash into the game, you know? And I'm not super looking forward to that part, but some reptiles that I was looking at were the day geckos. So different types of geckos. I don't want to do a crested gecko because they're very common. I could probably get one for free from my store, but they're kind of common. They're nocturnal, so I wouldn't really see them that much, but I do like the idea of it, sort of. So what I'm thinking now is we saw that Madagascar giant day gecko. I didn't even realize it's the red morph. Now it's not red, but there are more red spots on it than the natural version would typically have as its morph. So really, really cool reptile. I think they were selling it for like 150 or something like that. Not as expensive as I thought, not cheap as far as pets go, that you keep in a glass box. But really cool animal, not gonna be able to handle it. It's gonna be just in there for its whole life, not gonna really have it out, but it looks so cool. It's a day gecko, so as that would imply, it's diurnal, which means it's out during the day. It's kind of resting when I'm resting, it's out when I'm out. Really, really cool reptile. It eats a little bit of crickets, a little bit of Pangea or Repashy, and if you guys don't know what that is, because why would you? This is a fish channel, slowly becoming just an exotic animal channel. Repashy or Pangea is this kind of powdered mixed food. You put water into it, you put some of the mix, and then you stir it together and you kind of make this pudding. And that pudding resembles rotting fruit, stuff like that. It's got some good protein in there, you can get some good mixes, and that is kind of the staple diet for the animal. Now there's some argumentation. Now there's some argument over whether or not you can just only feed that. I know for younger day geckos, for younger geckos in general, it's best to go with live foods and some of that so they're getting it balanced because they're still growing. But the gecko we were looking at is pretty much full grown, so I'm wondering if I could just feed it this prepared food, this Pangea or this Repashy, solely that, for the most part, like maybe once or twice a week, some crickets or something like that, or mealworms or waxworms. But just to make it easy, most of the time Repashy would just be an awesome thing. And then of course you're gonna see that aquarium on your right, my left, or vice, I don't know. Cameras are so complicated. But yeah, I think it's gonna look really cool. I think it's gonna look awesome. It's gonna take a long time to get it to that place, but this is the project, right? We're working on this over the next year. It's gonna be the thing that I'm doing on this channel as the main thing. Now, in the next video, I'm probably not gonna have an update on this. I'm probably gonna be doing like a product review or a care guide. I'm really gonna start getting into the care guides. We might be going to the Pet Expo in Ottawa for one of the next videos, and we'll document that. We'll talk about that, see what they have. I might even get my reptile there, we'll see. But with this tank, as far as reptiles go, I was talking to this guy there, and he was recommending all this stuff, trying to figure out the right environment. Now he was saying that the 75 is a little too short, which I think is funny because it's 2 feet tall. It's 75 gallons. Like, does it need that much height? Like, maybe. I think the day gecko is gonna be fine. It's probably gonna be just the one day gecko for the whole terrarium. You can see kind of not really at all that I moved the driftwood all over to one side. So I think it's gonna be fine on its own with 2 feet of height and probably like 3 feet of length there. So yeah, if you guys want to see some of the misting systems I was looking at are here and here. They're kind of expensive, one for 100 something, the other for 200 something. So I'm not gonna be moving through this fast. I'm gonna be saving up money and kind of taking it slow with this. But I hope you guys are excited for that. I really am. It's a super exciting topic for the future of this channel and for my literal bedroom, guys. Like, this is gonna be in my bedroom. So cool. So if you guys like this video, like this video. If you want to see more like this, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Sunday.